restart. All right. Okay. I'm already aware that I've got several people coming up here behind me. I can feel them. I feel like I got a man that's going to come in first. So let's just see where I'm going with this man. All right. I've got a man here who would have loved um, he would have no, I'm working with him here. He's given me my first little image here, and I'm like, he either has a love for birds or he had a love for going bird hunting. And that's the feeling that he gives me. I know with this gentleman, I already like him. I like his energy. He feels like he would have been he was absolutely a kind soul, this gentleman. And I know that he would have had a dog as well, that he would have taken with him when he would go out. I want to say it was bird hunting. That's what I want to say. And I know that he would have had a dog that he would have taken with him when he would go bird hunting. He almost makes me feel as if he would have had his own land that he would have gone on, because I can see him very clearly going. It looks like he's just going for a long walk, but I know that he's got his dog with him, and I know that there's going to be some birds involved with that. Raise your spiritual hand if you can take all of that. I know that I know this gentleman would have loved this land. This land is quite important to him. I know he would have had multiple acres of land that would have been his. I also know that he would have worked that land as well. It feels like there would have been he would have planted something. There I don't know what it is. I'm not a farmer, but I know that there's something here that's growing in these fields. I know there would be tractors. He would have had to have worked that land. Do I still have every single one of you? If you can't take that, put your hand down, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So now down to Tammy and Alexandra. Can you two unmute yourself? And you can put your hands down. Oh, actually, keep your hands up because that'll keep you in one spot and I won't have to hunt for you. Okay. And both of you ladies, you can take every bit of this information. You understand the dog, you understand bird hunting, you understand the tractors and working the fields in some way. Would you also understand that there would have been, I don't know if it's a silo or something that you would store things in?
I do.
You don't understand that. Thank you very much. Alexandra, may I work with you, please?
Yes,
And am I correct in saying this is more like a silo because it feels very tall?
it is tall. There's something, I don't know exactly what a sidle is. Sidle is in English, but it is a structure there. There was a structure there.
And they would, and it was for storage of things like grains or something.
He would store different things. Yes.
Okay, that I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it. Okay. And you would, and this man, as I start working with him, he feels very down to earth kind of guy. He feels very simple life, simple living. And I feel that if you needed anything, he'd give you the shirt off of his back. This is makes
Yes.
you.
Yes.
And I know that would you also understand that he would whistle?
He would whistle sometimes.
I
Yes.
keep hearing whistling that as he's walking down this road. And you'd understand this dog that he has with him as well. Because
Yes.
all I'm seeing is a wagging tail. That's it. So I know that this dog is very happy. He's very content with this gentleman as well. And
Yes.
it doesn't, correct me if I'm wrong here, but it doesn't feel like this dog was really trained to be like a bird dog. Like he wouldn't, it doesn't feel like he's trained to go and fetch those birds and bring them back. Although I feel that he would at times,
Yes. It's correct.
but not consistently. Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes
Okay,
sense.
perfect. I'm like, but this doesn't match. It's contradicting itself. But yeah, it's just your dad,
No.
not your dad. Granddad then?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna give up on that then. For now. Just for now. Not totally, but it feels like a father figure. So if he's not your dad, he would have been somebody's dad because
Yes, that's correct.
feels like father. And would you understand that he would have had some kind of role if he's not your dad, but would have had a role like a dad for you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, perfect. I will take that. A little bit sloppy there for me, but I'm gonna take it.
It's good.
Okay. All right, perfect. And okay. And he just makes me aware. I mean, anybody who works on a farm works hard because farm life is not easy. He also makes me aware that there would have also been animals as well besides the dog. Like I keep seeing a cow, so
Yes.
cows as well, um, and chickens.
Yes.
Yes, and I'm just suddenly becoming aware as well of um, a lady in the spirit world. I believe would have been his wife. Is his wife in the spirit world?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And um, as she comes in, she just makes me aware of the kind of work that she would have done to help make things run smoothly. Her role wasn't easy peasy either.
That's
She
correct.
was quite busy taking care of lots of things. It just feels like she's got a lot on her plate.
Yes.
Have a lot on his plate, but she's got a lot as well. And I know that she would have been one that helped take care of chickens and gather eggs. Um,
Yes.
I know that she also would have been one who um, was responsible for cooking. She makes me feel as if she would have had to have cooked for multiple people,
Yes.
but not just family. Does that make sense
Correct.
to you?
Yes.
So it just feels like every meal was a production. It's
Exactly.
like a lot. It's
Yes.
like, did you have Thanksgiving? Wait, you're from Canada though, right?
No.
No, are you from America or where are you from?
I'm from another country, Greece, but I
Okay.
live in America.
Okay. So you're familiar with Thanksgiving
I'm familiar with Thanksgiving. Yes.
and how Thanksgiving meals are nice and big.
Yes.
That's what it
Yes.
feels like.
It's exactly,
It
that's how it
feels like
was.
I'm fixing Thanksgiving dinner every day, is what it feels like here. So I know that there would have been other people coming in to eat other than family, whether that be the
Yes.
workers or somebody coming in. And this feels like a pretty good sized farm. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, it also feels as if in this farm that some of the things that they did um, weren't it. I don't. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel like everything they did was very, very modernized. Feels like some of the things I want to go back in time a little bit, that
That's
they stuck
correct.
traditions and the of the old way is what it
Yes.
feels like. Part of the reason why it was hard work. It was really
Yes.
hard work. He's taken me back to that first image that I saw, and it was of him walking down this road or pathway. I'm not even sure it's a real road. And he's got his dog with him. And that feeling of going hunting for birds. And I know that these birds would have been birds that they would have eaten.
Yes.
He would have brought them back, and his wife would have helped in the cleaning of those birds and cooking them.
Yes.
But it's that feeling that he gave me of this pure joy and happiness that he had when he would walk down that road and he had his dog by his side, and how much joy that gave him. And even though going hunting, um, and he was hunting for food for the family, can be a bit of a chore and a job, to him, it was joy.
Yes.
He really, really enjoyed that. And he wants you to remember to take time out of your own life.
Thank you.
You've been very, very busy. It's what he
Yes.
makes me aware of. He makes me aware that you've got lots of fires going. You've got your hands in many different things and you're doing a lot. And he's very proud of you, and he sees what it is that you're doing. And he doesn't want you to stop that. But what he does want you to do is don't forget to take time out for you. That you
Thank you.
brings this, wants to remind you that you can do many things for many people. But if you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be any good for anyone. So make
That's
sure
true.
you're taking time for yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm going to leave his love right there with you.
Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. All right. What a lovely man. Okay. Ooh, okay. I've got a lady coming in. I love it when the energy changes. This gentleman that I just brought in for Alexandra felt more on the quiet side, not very, but this lady feels not like that at all. She comes in nice and loud, nice and loud. So let me just see where she's going to take me here. All right. So with this lady, I've got this lady here, and I know that this lady would have loved playing cards. Uh, I want to say pinochle. That's what I want to say. Feels like pinochle. I don't even know what pinochle is. I'm just going to say it. It feels like pinochle. I don't even know what it is. Okay. But I've got this lady, and I know she loved to play cards. If it wasn't something, it could have been something else. But pinochle is what's coming to my mind there, whatever that is. I know that this lady, there would have been gatherings at her home, and I know that she would have gone to other homes to play pinochle as well. It feels like family or cards. It feels like family gatherings. Um, and playing multiple kinds of games. I just want to say this lady loved to play games. She loved to play games, lots of different kinds of games. So card games, board games, maybe even dominoes, but she played lots of different games. So anyone, I see Lisa's hand is raised. Does anybody else understand this information? Okay. Now, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. How many of you, of all of you that raised your hand, how many of you understand a lady in the spirit world that loved to play pinochle? That's where I want to go. I want those people to just keep their hands up. Let's stay with pinochle because I heard it. I heard pinochle. So let's stay there. Okay. And she just makes me aware that I feel this would be family gatherings coming around the kitchen table. And she makes me aware of having food, but in particular pizzas, like everybody bringing a different kind of pizza or baking different kinds of pizzas. But it feels like pizza would have had something to do with these gatherings. Still with everybody? Narrowing it down, narrowing it down. Perfect. So Mary, Dana, and Sandy, can you guys I was going to say, unleash yourself, unmute yourself, please. Don't unleash yourself. You might like to be leashed up. I don't know. All right. Thank you for working with me here. So let me see if I can get an idea of where I'm going here. And I know that there's somebody, it feels like this lady here, that would have a very distinct kind of cackle to her laugh. Loud, high-pitched cackle. Still with you guys. She feels like she is a hoot and a half, is how I would say it. I know that there would never be a dull moment around this lady. I know that she was always into something. She feels a little bit cheeky, a little bit mischievous there, in a fun kind of way, though. That's the feeling she gives me. I know that she would have had children. I want to go
Sorry.
with 3. Feels like 3. And I want to do this. So 2 of one and 1 of another. So either 2 female and a male or 2 male and a female.
Mm-mm.
Am I still with you, Mary?
No, she had more than that. So I'm gonna.
Okay, but shoot.
Think she might be mine.
So you would understand the 2 and the 1?
Yes.
And is it 2 girls
Yes.
and 1 boy?
Correct.
And you would understand that she would love to play cards. What about pinochle?
Yes.
And she played other kinds of games as well.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
Yes.
it's just like game night.
Every night. Yes, that's
We're
correct.
having game night. And she would have been a bit cheeky, mischievous in a fun kind of way.
Very much so.
Talking and laughing and never a dull moment around her.
That is
You
correct.
understand that? Good.
All of
It
it.
feels
Yes.
good. Your energy feels good there. So let's keep working. And thank you to the others. Now, she also makes me aware that she's not alone in the spirit world. There's quite a few here. It feels like there's it just feels like I got the whole family here. They're
Yes.
all here. All of them. All back here behind me. All of them. And And you would understand an uncle in the spirit world that wasn't always honest in his playing games.
That would make sense. Mhm.
Because he's still doing that in the spirit world. That's what
You're
she,
allowed to do that?
yeah, yeah. Personality follows you.
Okay.
He's still up to his trickery. They're just making me aware of that. But I do feel that that uncle's here along with everybody else, and he's denying it, and denying it. He says it's not true. So just know that the family is they're still up in the spirit world doing the kinds of things that they did here in this world.
Okay.
Having a hoot up there as well.
Mhm.
And there would be a family member in the spirit world that would have liked to a little bit.
Oh, just one?
I know there's at least one. I know there's at least one, and I can hear them laughing right now at the moment. But I just saw the glass. I don't know if it was whiskey, what it was, but and it just raising the glass and doing this. So I know that there's at least one in the spirit world, and you know they can drink as much as they want in the spirit world. That's what he's just making me aware of. And so when they get together, it's very much the same in the spirit world as it was here.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Lordy mercy, I don't know who's speaking. I don't know where it's going. There's like there's a bunch here. I feel like maybe I'm still working with this lady.
Mhm.
There would be memories that you have of especially at holiday time when the family all gathered together and having like nonstop rounds of playing games, almost like tournament, but just, and there being a final winner in these games.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
would you also would you also understand Twister?
That would have been something to see. Not that I witnessed, but I wouldn't put it past them.
Because that Twister just came flying across me here. So if there's somebody that would know, um, because we're going back in years for the game Twister, but it's not still, is it still around? I don't know.
Mhm.
But check with somebody in the family because that came flying across there that there would have been there would be memories of playing Twister, which I would have loved to have seen with this group
Oh.
playing Twister as well after a little of that. That would have been a hoot. And especially with this lady and her cackling. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. You know, she feels like she would have been one who kept up with everybody in the family. She would have kept up with her friends. She would have kept up with the neighbors. She would have kept up with everybody. She wasn't nosy. She's telling me she
She
wasn't
wasn't.
nosy. No, I'm not nosy. I just cared.
She did.
She cared a lot about them. And she wanted to make sure that everybody was okay and being taken care of and that they had everything they need. Very motherly, very motherly.
Mhm.
Yeah. And she says she did do a little bit of gossiping.
Maybe.
Little bit. Just a little bit of gossiping, but not anything harmful is
Never.
what she says to me.
That
She
is
would have
correct.
enjoyed going into town. And I'm seeing like a market where she could have bought fresh vegetables and fruits and things. And
Mhm.
she enjoyed being able to go to these markets and really socialize.
Hmm.
She liked socializing with everybody.
She did.
She just makes me aware she always had time. I always had time to sit down and have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or um, anything for a friend. She says, I always made that time for them.
Yes.
Yeah. I know she would have been a mother, and the two girls and the boy, right?
Correct.
But I feel that she would have been a mother to more. So
That's
their friends, she mothered. She would mother anybody that needed anyone younger than her. She would have stepped right in and been the mother if their mother wasn't available. That's the feeling that she gives me. I just get this sense that the door was always swinging open in her house, that people were always coming in and out.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm gonna stop there just because of time. I didn't realize what the time was. Um, yeah, and she just wants to remind you to similar to Alexandra, take that time for yourself.
Hmm.
Play that card game, play that board game. Invite your friends over and take that time for yourself. And I'll just leave her love right there with you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Toni, I lost you.
Thank you.
I'm going to stop there because of time, but feel free
All
to
right.
go as long as you need. I think they'll stay.
Thank you. That was really lovely. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to take a moment here and I've had I have this young man who's been standing beside me for a little while now. So as I blend into his energy, the sense that he gives me is he definitely passes before his time. So when I say young man, what I'm feeling with him is he would have been 30s, maybe not even 40s, but in the prime of his life is what he's showing me. And I know he's very, very fit because I keep seeing this dishpan stomach. Okay. And I'm not very visual, but he's showing it to me. So and I've got a fit young gentleman. I do feel his passing is accidental, and I do feel that there's a car involved because he shows me that he's spun around, and the next thing he knows, he's passed. So very, very sudden, very quick, and all right, and I also feel with this young man that I know he lives in a big city, and I do feel with him that he's just almost he's at the start of his professional career, and I do feel he dresses in a suit and tie to go to work. So, who understands this gentleman so far? If you could raise your hands. Young man, I do, 30s, 40s. I know he passes suddenly and in some kind of an accident, and I do feel that he shows me that he does dress up. Okay. All right, nobody. Okay.
Nobody.
Okay. All right. Well, let me go back into what I know. It's very strong that he shows me that he takes care of his body. There's a lot of, I know he spends a lot of time at the gym. If I'm wrong about the the suit and going and this being connected to his work, does anybody understand? A young man, 40 at most, but I want to bring him below that. He's younger than 40. And sudden passing. I could be wrong about the way he passes, being with a car being involved, but it is a sudden passing. So does anybody understand this young man?
Got Brooke.
Okay, Brooke.
And James.
Okay. All right. I just want to find out exactly what you understand. So, Brooke, can you take all of this information?
No.
Okay. But you understand the young, fit man?
Yes.
Okay. And what part don't you understand?
Professional occupation, living in a big
Yeah,
city.
all right. Okay. All right. And James, can I come to you? I just want to hear your voice, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can take a young man that passes suddenly.
Yes.
Yep. And you can take that he's fit and takes care of his body. And you understand this?
Yep.
Okay. And is it occupation with you as well? That's not quite right?
Yes. Yeah, it's a
Okay,
little
great.
not 100%. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And let me just check in. Brielle and Caitlin, can you both unmute, please? All right. And just let me check with you, Brielle. Do you understand young man, fit, takes care of his body? Do you understand the professional with him?
Yeah, that's the thing that doesn't fit with him is the professional part.
Okay. So I could certainly be wrong about that because, when spirits show themselves to me, I know it doesn't necessarily mean it's profession, but all of you would understand that he would like to dress nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? And this is all part of that. Okay, Brielle, all right. Brooke,
Yeah.
James.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so see what else he wants to bring. Now, I know there's a kindness about this gentleman. I know that there's a big sense of fun with him as well. I know that he likes to have a good time. He does work hard, but he likes to play hard. But a big part of that is, there's a very strong focus with his body and being almost like he knows he's good looking. He knows he's in the prime of his life. He's going to eat life up and enjoy every moment of it. Do you understand that, James, with his personality?
Most of that, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what else he wants to bring. The feeling that he gives me is very much one of he keeps coming back to just being how good looking he is. All right. So there would have been a reputation around him that a little bit of a player. Is the sense that I'm getting with him, and also I know that the focus of his life was much more around having fun, and now he's showing me that less on work and career. Although this was important to him, I feel very, very social. So I know that I like going to parties. I like big gatherings of people, and I like to be amongst it. And I'm feeling bars, music, dancing, drinking, fun. So, Brooke, your hand is still up. Can you take all of this information?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. And I notice Heather, you've jumped in as well. Can you take everything that I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what else he'd like to bring so we can narrow it down. Okay. All right. Now I'm opening my mind to relationship. Now, Heather, I do want to hear your voice, please, because I am being drawn to you. Can you just let me know, you understand everything that I'm saying so far, but particularly this when I talk about the socializing and the parties and the drinking and bars and nightlife. Can I hear your voice, please? Oh, you're not muted, but I can't hear you. Now you're muted again.
Yeah, she's muted.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. No,
Um,
I still can't. Okay. Let me just
yeah,
can't
can you
hear.
type? Can you type in the chat, Heather?
I'm just going to keep talking and jump in, Heather, when you've got something for me. All right. So, okay. So as I feel into this gentleman and as I feel into more into his personality and his lifestyle, I feel I'm living in the fast lane. He brings me to his passing, and I feel as though it's so unexpected, it's so sudden. I feel he was, he had gone about his normal day. I do feel he goes to work. And I know that there's drinks after work and there's parties and everybody's there and all my friends, and we're having a great time. And I almost feel like he steps out and he's on his way home, and then it happens. Now, do you understand this, Heather? Let me turn the chat on so I can see. You understand this,
Yes,
Heather?
she does.
Yeah. All right. Brooke, thank you for staying with me, but I really do feel a strong connection with Heather on this. So we'll keep going with that. And I also feel that when I feel into a relationship with you, Heather, this would have been a very good friend of yours, and I feel like the friendship spanned a long time. Would you understand that?
Yes.
It's tricky when there's a nod. Okay. All right. So because I know that there's love there, I know that there's history there as well. And I know that I know there's a lot of fun times and shared memories. So you understand this also. Okay. All right. I'll just keep going because it's tricky when you're not getting the instant kind of feedback. But I know that he also gives me. As I feel into this friendship that you had, am I right in feeling that at one point there would have been a romantic connection with you? You can just nod or yes or no. I'm talking to you, Heather.
You can do this for a minute.
Okay, good. No, that's okay. I'm happy to be wrong about that, but you understand the closeness, and you understand the closeness, and you understand the fondness that he would have had for you, and still has is what he corrects me with. Okay. He also brings me to. Did this gentleman like to wear some jewelry? I feel like there's either a bracelet or a ring on his hand. Would you understand this? Okay. Do you understand him wearing jewelry, Heather? Just nod if you
Yeah.
can hear me. All right. Okay. Heather's typing. All right, because he does show me that I just feel like there's a bracelet on my wrist and a ring on my hand, and I know that he shows me that there's he liked aesthetically pleasing things. So a lot of what his life was about before he passes was very much the physical things of life, the physical body, things that look like good-looking things. So I know that he dressed well. He liked to dress up. I feel like it was all about aesthetics for him, and a little bit, bringing gathering money so he could live a good life. He gives me this sense that I am going to go into message with him because I know that he comes through with a sense of how much that doesn't matter and how much importance he put on it when he was here. I know that this was a big lesson for him when he goes to the spirit world, because it's like, I spent so much time. Yeah, I had a great life, but it was way too short. So I know that there's a sense of being a little bit ripped off when he gets to the spirit world, but he comes to peace with that very, very quickly. He shows me now he's being at his funeral and his memorial service, and he says it was the wake was the best, because I know that it was representative of his life, in that there was a great party that happened, and it goes into the wee hours. He brings me again to his sense of, I wish I had have spent more time on my friendships and my relationships, and giving quality and time and energy to that. And because he shows me this is what's important, this is what he realizes now, more so than the physical things, the tangible things, and the pretty things of life. So, Heather, I'm not sure where you went, but I know that this gentleman sends all of his love and all of his beautiful memories is what he keeps giving me, these beautiful memories, and how they are from this side, from the afterlife now, is what he treasures. Excuse me. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to thank everyone who worked with me on this, and we'll see who would like to come through next. So just take a moment here.
Can you hear me on this one, on this phone?
Yes.
I'm sorry. All of that energy came in at once and it totally crashed my computer. Because I've been doing this too. So I was connecting with him too. So I'll have to go back and watch this.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you felt it. And
Yeah.
yeah, because he was certainly bringing through so much love.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll just take a moment here and see who else would like to come next. All right. Well, I know in Australia it's coming up for Mother's Day, and I have a whole lot of mothers here, but one of them bursts through. She gets to the front of the line. All right. So I've got this beautiful lady that joins me now, and I do feel that when she passes, she is of a good age, and when I say good age, I want to say late 80s is what she gives me. She shows me herself as a younger woman, and I know she shows me dancing. She shows me that she had great legs. Okay. So I know she's proud of her legs, and I know she gives me this bubbly, joyful personality. She shows me as she approaches her passing that her body is certainly it's a general statement, but her body's not what it used to be, in that she's quite immobilized before she passes. Okay, now in terms of what she wants to bring, so you could recognize her. Oh, okay. All right, bear with me here, because there are so many mothers, and she's showing me similarities to a lady that I do know, but I'm just going to keep working with her so that we can get down to exactly who we have. I know she's a very loving mother, but I also know that in her parenting, she finds a lot of fun and she finds a lot of joy. So there would have been a lot of years devoted to being a mother, and I want to say mother of 3. I'm feeling that there also 2 girls, 1 boy is what she's showing me. So I've got a fun mother of 3. She passes in her 80s. She's quite immobilized before she passes, but I do feel like her mind is still there. So Lisa, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes.
Okay, and you can take all of this information for your mum?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. And you would also understand with your mum that she's very much devoted to being a mother. And I feel like she gives 100% all the way through. So she is very closely, the relationship is close all the way through to the end, is what she shows me. Think of,
Yes.
would you mind putting your hand up again, please? Because I can't see you. You still with me, Lisa?
Yes. Carry on.
There you are. Okay, so you understand she's close with you all the way through her life, right till the end. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And you also understand okay. You understand and with this closeness, you're very much, she shows me that you're always around, like you don't live far away. You visit, particularly towards the end, you visit often. There's a lot of she's acknowledging that there's a lot of sacrifices that you made towards the end of her life. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, there you are. Great. Okay, and when she shows me that you would have been cooking for her as well towards the end there, because I do feel that this incapacitation that she has goes on for quite a long time. So it became your job to well, she shows me that you did the cooking for her, and that you took care of things around the home, but also medical appointments. Is that right?
Partially.
Okay.
All
right.
How do you want me to qualify what you said?
Okay. Well, I'll break it down. So you did cook for her towards the end there. You did, and helped her around the house. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, but it's not, the medical appointments was not right. Is that correct?
Yes,
'Cause
but to be honest, there were certain things that don't really qualify this at the very end. Does that make I'm trying to not tell you too much,
not
but
feed. It's
yeah.
okay. All right. You just give me yes and no as I go through. So, but you do understand, Mum. You understand the illness, the immobilization before she passes.
Yes.
And you also understand having to sacrifice some things and take care of her towards the end there.
Yes.
And you can take you would understand why she shows me that she had great legs as a younger woman and liked dancing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll keep going because this feels good. And she also, okay, so she's bringing me to those memories now of you as a child, because I do feel like Mum would have danced with you and the dancing feels quite strong. Like I feel that she would have been. She's showing me just being in the lounge room and twirling around and kicking up her heels, but also singing to you as a little girl. Do you understand these memories?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. All right. And she brings me singing too. So even when you're little, there would have been simpler songs and nursery rhymes and I know that, she's bringing this beautiful memory of even when you're a baby and just holding you, rocking you, and humming to you. And I know that she chokes me up as I say this. So they're beautiful, loving memories that she's sharing. And as I feel more into this, I know that she gives me this feeling of how overwhelming it was to become a mother at that time. So I know that she would have been younger as well. But when I say overwhelming, it's an overwhelming love that she's bringing with this memory. Okay. Now, in terms of what else she'd like to bring by way of evidence, she shows me jewelry. She shows me again. She's showing me rings that you would have, the items of hers that are still here and passed down. You understand this? There's a certain
Yes.
item of jewelry that you have, and she also shows me that you think of her often, and you look especially when you look at this jewelry. But I feel like there's a wedding ring or an engagement ring, because she brings me to this finger, and that you must have in your possession, or you must have been, if not wearing, but looking at and thinking about and thinking of her at the same time. Because she shows me being that right there by your side as you do this. And she also shows me that you think of her often, and she hears your thoughts. So she's very much aware of your thoughts, and standing next to you, because I know that you've been saying, come on, Mum, give me signs, asking her for signs. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And so I know that she she's got a sense of humor too, because she laughs, and she's like, I'm sending you so many signs. And she even is showing me that she's been learning how to do this in the spirit world, because you're asking all the time, and she's going, for goodness sakes, I'm trying my best, my hardest, my best, but I am sending you signs all the time. So I know that she does this through music. So a little bit like what Kay said, like there is a particular song that reminds you of your mum, and she does her best to mess with the whatever it is the television, the Spotify, or on your computer, on your phone, to bring those snippets of songs, but one song in particular, and I'm opening my mind to what that might be. Okay, well, you're going to make me sing. I'm hearing the words, I love you, baby. Okay, so there it is. She made me sing. So she gives you this song as a joyful song, and one that brings a smile to your face and lifts your heart, and just reminds you that your mum is very, very present. I know that it's so important for me to say thank you for the sacrifices that you made, and the way that you just so beautifully mothered her through her final months and weeks and days. She also brings me I want to say thank you for the beautiful words and ceremony and flowers that you organized, and that you were part of organizing, because I know it wasn't just you, for her celebration of life. I know that she sends love to all the family, to the little ones as well, because I know that there are grandchildren, and she's showing me as well that she's very much a part of all of your lives still. She shows me the angel wings folding around everybody. So I feel she brings me now to religion, spirituality, and I know that it's important to say that she's with the Creator, and that it's very, very, very beautiful. So, Lisa, I'm going to thank you for working with me. Know that your mum just brings buckets and buckets of love, and honestly just surrounds you and shrouds you in all that beautiful motherly love.
So what I do have to say is this is actually my ex-mother-in-law, and she was
Right.
my mother. I considered her my mother. Everything you said was spot on. And one of the last, we had music playing, and one of the last songs that we had playing was Frankie Valli is I love you, baby. If you know. And what was so special about what you said and how spot on you were is, unfortunately she was um in a place where we had to make the decision to cut off life support.
Oh.
But that song was playing in my head as we were doing this.
Oh,
And she was actually a Tom Jones fan. So I didn't really understand why I was hearing that song in my head. But yeah, no, thank you. I think you definitely hit it for the most part. But yeah, I considered her my mother. So yeah, thank you so much for your reading. I really appreciate it.
thank you so much for working with me, and thank you to your beautiful mother, I'm going to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Bless.
coming up a 15:15. Do you want to wrap it up there, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we can wrap it up. So Lisa's shared. Is there anyone else that wants to share that got a reading? Yeah, Sandra.
That was my uncle, and he
Oh,
did
your
take care of me at one point in my life.
Okay, good.
Thank you. Yes,
Good.
like a father. Thank you.
And Dude. Am I saying that right?
You are. That's
Okay,
correct.
good.
This must be almost Mother Day. That was my best friend's mother, who
Ah.
was every bit of that. The man who cheated was her husband. When we were playing like Michigan Rummy or something, and I'd be running out of money, he would put money in my little thing so that I could keep playing. And
Funny.
I was just like a daughter to them, but they had fancy card night when people would cut, they had a sunken living room and they'd have, everybody be dressed fancy and fancy drinks. And my friend and I would be down in the basement and we'd come up at halftime and put on a song and dance routine for them. And then they'd all join. It was like so much fun. It was ridiculous. They were
It felt like it. It felt like it was they were having fun.
They were
Yeah.
always having fun. And when they raised the glass, the dad was a heating and cooling guy, and we didn't have money to put heating into our house. So he did it for us, and he charged us a bottle of Rianiti wine, which was like $8. So when he raised the glass, I knew exactly what that was for. So excellent job.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Good.
Mm.
I think that's
Well, thank you
I think-
everybody for much.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you. I was looking. I think Heather got booted out.
No, I was just gonna say that
she's
I
still
think
here?
my mom stepped in. But I think from Lisa's mom, she sounded very familiar to my mom as well, even towards the end. So I think I had a little postcard from my mom that popped in. So great job, Toni. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it is coming up Mother's Day. And honestly, I have no doubt that those of you that do have mothers in spirit, well, they're all here. I could feel them all. But
Yeah.
yes, I'm glad. It's lovely how you say you take it as a little postcard from your mum, because I do feel like that happens. So yeah, if the other words resonated with any of you, please take them to heart. But yeah, I'd just like to thank Kay for this opportunity. She's been a wonderful mentor for me in my development, and I can't recommend it highly enough as a teacher, and I'm very grateful for this opportunity. So thank you everyone for holding space and showing up.
Yes.
We'd like to leave you with the words of Claire Hannah, who wrote this beautiful poem in 1934 that still certainly resonates with me and many. So I will start. Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sunlight in unripened grain. I am the gentle autumn's rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft star that shines at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I did not die.
Well done. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate this. It's always a delight to come and be of service for Spirit, and appreciate all of your support as well. I know not everybody got a reading, but hopefully, as Toni was saying, there was something in there that reminded you of your loved one. And just know that the spirit world will sneak that in, and they send it straight to you. So if you felt it, it was real. So thank you very much.